make your own knitting loom, you need a paper roll, 5 craft sticks, some strong tape, packing tape or masking tape works well, yarn, and some scissors. That's it. The first thing to do is tape your craft sticks around the tube. You want to space them evenly, and you want them to stick up above the tube about a ½ inch or so. You want them all to be about exactly the same height, and 5 of them all around the tube. So it'll probably help if you tape one at a time, and then you can tape them all together. You want to make sure they're taped on really well. Put this one, then you can go to your next one and tape all 5 of them on, and then make sure you secure it a couple more times with tape, because if you don't want your sticks to fall off while we're knitting. You're only going to use the top part to actually knit, so it's okay to have tape as tight as you can get it all around the tube so your sticks don't come off. Take the end of your yarn, feed it through your tube, and then you can start to wrap your pegs. You're going to go around the back of your tube, and you're going to go around each peg so that it looks like that. And your next step is that you're just going to take this yarn again and wrap it without wrapping each peg. You're just going to go all around the loom and place it right on top of each loop that's already there. And we start to knit by pulling the bottom loop over the top loop. Wherever your yarn started, that's where you're going to start. So I started wrapping at the blue one, so I'm going to go blue, yellow, red. You don't want to pull your yarn too tight because it'll be hard to get it off the sticks, but you don't want it too loose either. But you'll figure it out as you go. And the green one. And the orange one. And that's my first row of knitting. So then I'm going to do the whole thing all over again. I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to wrap it all around the tube, around all the sticks, and then I'm going to again take the bottom loop and pull it up over the top loop. And we're going to continue doing that all around the tube several times. You might find it easier to do one stick at a time instead of wrapping all around the whole tube, and that's fine also. You can just hold it in front and pull your bottom loop over your top of each stick and then just move on to the next one. That sometimes makes it a little bit easier. Whoops, don't pull it all the way off. There you go. And just keep going. This is going to make a long tube. You'll see when you get it done. Just keep going, just keep wrapping and wrapping, as long as you want. This is what the inside is going to look like as you go around. It's going to start filling in the whole tube. You're going to be able to see it from the bottom and from the top. It's going to look kind of like a spider web, and just keep going. Once your knitting is long enough, and that completely depends on you, I'm going to show you how to take it off. You can keep going until you're all finished with your yarn if you want. Just leave it a small piece at the end. Okay, so you're going to cut the end, because I still have a lot of yarn here. I'm going to get rid of this yarn. And now we have just a piece. And we're going to start taking it off exactly where we started wrapping. So I started wrapping on the blue craft stick. If you have single color craft sticks, you could just number them. You could write on the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you go along, or you could put different buttons on them, or however you want, but you should know where you start so that you end at the same spot. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your loop off your craft stick like that, and then you're going to put this end piece of yarn right through it, and you're going to pull that. Okay, and that's one loop off. Then you're going to take your next loop and you're going to put your working yarn piece right through that loop and pull that through too. And you're going to do that for all your loops as you go around. And if you have a yarn needle, you could certainly use that if that makes it easier, but you can do it either way. There's 3, now I have 2 left. Here's the green one I'm going to take off. And then there's just 1 left. Take your last loop and you're going to put your yarn end through that too, and you're going to pull it, and then you're going to pull your tube off, and you're going to pull your end tight, and then you're just going to tie a knot. And there is your knitting. Now you can trim your ends, of course. Trim the end of it off, and this is green and it's small enough you could make this a snake. You could give it eyes and a tongue and you'd have a snake. Or you could make a really long piece and you could glue it onto construction paper or cardstock and make a picture. You could make them short to be bracelets. You could wrap it right around your wrist and tie the ends. You could make necklaces. You could make scarves. You could make several different pieces just like that and braid them together and make that into a scarf. You could use it to make a garland. You could hang some of the ornaments that you made this year, or you could decorate your room. There's just limitless things that you can do if you can learn how to knit. So take pictures of your knitting loom that you make, take pictures of you knitting, and take pictures of what you create and send them to us. We'd love to see them.